What's up everyone, it's Herd85 here, welcome again to another video with my WCW Done Deal game. We are now in July. So continuing on, Sean O'Haire's reign as world champion. We'll just get right into it. So starting things off with a 10-man tag in the pre-show. Samoa Joe for his team picking up the win with a muscle buster. Got a bit of a writer's block at the moment for Joe, but I'm sure just wiping away opponents will probably help that. The second pre-show, bit of a random 6-man combo here. You got Hennig, Chavo and Daniels against Davey Boy, Shane Helms and Raph. Hennig picking up the win for his team. Henning's probably the most over guy, so kind of needed that one. Build a bit of momentum. Okay, I made a custom angle here. Main show, Booker T calls out Sean O'Haire. Two are face to face in the ring. Booker says that after their battles, O'Haire has earned his respect. He extends his hand out. Sean O'Haire looks as though he's going to shake the hand until Jeff Jarrett races out. Tells the champ he is above Booker T and to not forget the end goal of the new blood. Booker T and Jarrett get in a verbal argument. Dustin Rhodes comes out and says they can sell it the old-fashioned way in the ring tonight, one-on-one, Jeff Jarrett, Booker T, and that got a 100. So sort of planting the seeds for a new story. I do like the old blood, new blood, old guard story, but there's so many people involved, sort of needs to start breaking that away a bit. So a massive win here for Bryan Danielson as he defeats Alex Wright and Hayes when he rolls off Alex Wright, 61. So a very good start for Bryan Danielson this month. He's sort of climbed to the Mikado ranks now. Alex Wright hinting at a heel turn. Scott Steiner crushes Psychosis in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Had it got 58, but it was a squash match. Ric Flair's backstage. All of a sudden, he's attacked by Mike Awesome. This got an 84, so Mike Awesome continuing his assault on Flair. On the pay-per-view, Flair did pull up the upset win. Didn't really have anything for Lance, so he has a nice little easy win over Norman Smiley. Flying, spinning a leg lariat at 57. Jeff Jarrett and Sean O'Haire get into an argument. Other members of the stable, including Buff, Canyon, Carino, Douglas, CM Punk and Daniels, get in between them to break them up. 86. Three-way tag match. The old school boys of Wyndham and Rotundo defeat Kidman and Mysterio and AMW when James Storm was counting out fighting Barry Windham. So I'm not sure how you get awarded a win by count out in a freeway, but here we go. Okay then. This was supposed to be a cruiserweight title match, but it looks like La Parka was not eligible. AJ Styles defeats La Parka, Kid Cash and Shannon Moore with the Styles Clash, 71. Dusty Rhodes calls Awesome to his office and says he's going to be punished and face DDP tonight. Awesome showed some face turn properties there, 83. So continuing on their feud a little bit, Bossman and Dustin Rhodes get into an argument and start brawling. Host of road agents and staff have to pull them apart. Tag match, very high rating. CM Punk and Vampiro defeat the Naturals. Vampiro hit the nail in the coffin. 80. Following the match, Luger and Sting are backstage with Dusty Rhodes and they're asking for a rematch. And this one's going to be on Thunder. So we're going to have Vampiro and CM Punk versus Sting and Lex. 85. Mike Awesome defeats DDP with the Awesome Bomb. 76. Following the match, DDP is being attacked by Mike Awesome. Carino gets involved with Canyon. and Nigel McGuinness. Seeing this assault, dangerous by design, which is Chad Collar and Ken Shamrock. Come for the save. So that's got a 92. Main event. Booker T defeats Jeff Jarrett with the scissors kick. 85. Clean cut victory. Final match. Jarrett's getting beaten down by some members of the old guard. Booker T, the Steiner Warriors, and Conan. Sean O'Haire, Monty Brown, and Buff Bagwell go to make the save. However, Sean O'Haire stops the troops and tells them he needs to learn his lesson. He needs to learn who is the boss. 98. Wow, pretty decent overall, and 89 for the show. It's definitely a good start. Strong start. So sort of causing a bit of dissension now in the new blood. Getting Jeff Jarrett involved in the main event feud. Didn't really have a lot for him last month, so this is a good way to bring him back. I swear it's always the same people that fail the steroid tests. Anyway, we're all got an 87. Scott Hall defeated Benoit and Chris Jericho. Well, we got an 89, so defeat Raw this week. Doug Williams brings the British Light Heavyweight Championship. Nothing else in the news really. SmackDown 87. Scott Hall defeat Chris Benoit. I got 99 rated. Man, I'm so hoping the talent will become available soon. Randy Orton there being the star. I would totally want to bring back some of the other superstars like Eddie Guerrero, Raven, Benoit would be a good one. Kurt Angle. So there's definitely a few on there. New Hall of Fame, WWC for Abdullah the Butcher. He is retiring, I'm pretty sure. Looks like it must be Independence Day or something. Not really too up to date with my American holidays. Paul London defeats Kazarian to become the new X Division champion. And Fabulous Moolah opens his wrestling school. So let's have a look. See, main event was Sabin and Deverett defeating Reno and David Flair to retain the tag titles. That was over David Arquette versus Kaz Hayashi for the world title. London defeat Kazarian for the X Division title. So that sounds a lot like a TNA show. Well, without the David Arquette factor. Let's have a show you of David. There he is. He's only got 25 in brawling. That's why he's in my development. But look at that. That's 65 for overness. That's pretty good. So if you compare it to someone on my roster, oh there you go, David Boy Smith. He's a mid-carder. His overness is 60. Vampiro, for example, is in the 70s. This is probably a good way for me to show you people's overness in WCW. Here you go, AJ. So the 49s. Let's have a quick rundown of the roster. Bam Bam's in rehab, 3 months to go. Kidman's in the 60s. Booker, there you go, look at that, in the 90s. So there's Raph. Bryan Danielson, very young looking. He's not got the biggest overness. However, that victory straight away bumped him up his overness already by nearly 10 just by winning 1 match on Nitro. Look at that, Buff Bagwell in the 80s to the 4. Chad Collar is one teaming with Ken Shamrock to try and get him over, mainly because of his skills aren't bad. Good technical wrestler. You're the Naturals, Chavo, Candido, AEW slowly getting up in the 40s. Chris Hero's injured. Canyon's in the 70s. Daniels solid in the mid card, 50s. Cesaro early in opener. Punk's in the 70s. Henning's in the 70s. DDP's early in the 80s now. He is 46 as well. Dustin, high 70s. So Dustin is just about more over than Dusty, maybe. Just signed Eddie Edwards. Although I did think it was developmental, but it doesn't really matter. Finlay getting there. Eric Bischoff is massively over. Hayes, there you go, Hogan. He's injured, but he's in the 90s. That's James Storm. Jeff Jarrett's high 80s. Lynn's injured with that slip disc. Yang's in the 40s. Shamrock's in the 70s. Eventually, the big man, Kev Nash, will be back soon. I say soon, he's still got 4 months to go. Cash, Conan. That Lance is massively over in the 80s. Luger's jobbing. Mike Awesome's in the 80s. Rotundo's in the 40s. Wow, Monty Brown. This is why you get so many good ratings, because of, look at that, 90, 90, 90. Nigel McGuinness smashing it now in the ratings. Boss Man getting there. Mysterio, Flair's still there. Good picture. Steiner Warriors are good. Van Dam in rehab. He will be making his WCW debut at some point. Joe's doing pretty good. Steiner's over. O'Haire is massively over. My double champion. X-Pac Sean Waltman injured. Sid, obviously, for that broken leg. He's out for like another year still. Carino's doing good. Stinger's still doing alright with his openness. I've got to be careful because I like Sting, but if he keeps getting beat, he's gonna slowly drop down the card. Another injured person there, and then Vamp. Alright, let's I'm not sure what I've done there, so just renegotiating Eddie Edwards' contract, because for some reason I signed him as on a PPA deal, which is a bit weird for me, but never mind. Okay, Thunder is ready. Gone with Punk and Vamp in the main event against Sting and Luger. Anyway, pre-show. Monty Brown defeats Chase Stevens and Juventud here. It's just a singles match for the Chase and Juventud from instead of their tag. 74. A bit of a random tag combo. Raph and Crowbar defeat Hayes and Shanamore. Raph hitting the meltdown. Again, pre-show. So, Sean O'Haire is backstage with both Dusty Rhodes and Eric Bischoff. It's been agreed that the TV title is meant as a stepping stone for those to progress to a higher level, which Sean O'Haire has done. So they request he vacates the TV title. O'Haire hands the belt to Eric Bischoff, says nothing and walks off. So the WCW TV title has now been vacated. It's got a 94. As much as I like Sean O'Haire as a double champion, the TV title has actually grown very highly in prestige. But yeah, it's going to be pulled off him. So I'm going to probably do a tournament, to be fair. Shane Helms defeats Eddie Edwards with a vertebreaker. This Eddie Edwards is currently going through a contract negotiation with me on a developmental deal. So just thought I'd give him a bit of TV time. 66. The old guard here just hanging out backstage just to give some people some TV time. Smojo kills Andy Douglas in 2 minutes 55. Muscle Buster, pin, win. Cattle mutilation, submission, win. Well, it says pinfall, but okay. Bryan Danielson defeats Finlay. Continuing Danielson's push now. 57 I got. DDP, Chad Collyer and Ken Shamrock challenge the trio of Mike Awesome, Steve Corino and Chris Kanyon, the tag champs, to a match on Raw. Raw? Nitro, that's the one. Definitely not Raw. Old habits there. I'm pre-booking this match on for the next show. So on Nitro it will be a 6-man tag. DDP, Collyer, Shamrock, Awesome, Corino and Kanyon. 92. Buff Daddy picks up a win over Hugh Morris. It's got 877 after he hit the Buff Blockbuster. AJ Styles and Booker T get into an argument and they agree to meet later on tonight. 89. Big chance for AJ. Daniels and McGuinness defeat the Steiner Warriors. Well, of course they do. Nigel McGuinness is my US champ. That's why he got an 88 in the match. And he's got good chemistry with Daniels. 77. Good win. Sean O'Haire is in the ring. Jeff Jarrett runs down and a brawl erupts. Jarrett gets the upper hand and hits a low blow. He grabs his guitar. And as O'Haire slowly gets to his feet, smash over the guitar, over the head with the guitar. So this is definitely a huge change in the New Blood's direction. Jeff Jarrett has just floored the world champ with his guitar at 100. Lance Storm defeats Dustin Rhodes with the Canadian Maple Leaf after distraction from the Boss Man. Following the match, Boss Man attacks, he slams Dustin into a ring post, follows up with a brutal DDT, blood pours from the head, and the announcers are calling for help. 89. Booker T defeats AJ Styles with a scissors kick. AJ's not quite there, but 75 still not bad. Punk and Vamp promo on Sting and Luger. 99. Main event, bombed a bit, but there you go, not enough selling shown. The faces pick up a win. Luger and Sting defeat Vampiro and CM Punk. Sting make Vampiro tap out. 78, but 86 is still pretty good. So that's 1-1 between the heel tag team of Vampiro, Punk versus Sting and Lex Luger. Just reading my news. It's a Canadian Stampede here. Jamie Noble. Cool. Alright, let's move on. So, TV titles. Well, I better check that actually. Should be vacated. If the angle writer work correctly. So just quickly glancing at my TV title, yes, Prestige is 89 and it has been vacated. It's a very high prestige, and Eddie Edwards is now officially part of my developmental. Super Kalau and Chris Sabin. Just quickly scrolling through. Ooh, power play. Willing and dealing. Huh. What, you know, he is dating Stephanie McMahon and he's the world champ. New Japan picking up some signings here. We've got here injury for one of the legends of the Triple Crown champion, burnt out. Okay then, that's a new one. It's out for a month. A lot of Japanese stuff. Jamie Noble was in the main event against Mikey Whipwreck. WCW Canada, Jimmy Jacobs lost his North American Championship to Sonjay Dutt. So Sonjay there, picking up a title win. Mikey Whipwreck is going to start a feud with Elite Skipper. Elite. Shannon Moore's now rated as muscular and he wants a pay rise. What much do Shannon? Look, TJP there. Trying to think. I'm tempted to go in a different direction with a TV title, give it to a youngster. But anyway, up next is Nitro. Okay, a huge Nitro has just been booked. I'm hoping it's a good one for you guys. Right, the old guard in the pre-show, Dustin and Steiner Warriors defeat Finlay, Wyndham Rotundo just to get him used. Dustin's obviously in a feud with Bossman, but selling injuries from last time. 68. Lance Storm defeats Jimmy Yang. 73. Again, another pre-show. I really probably could do with an extra hour on the show, so I could give these guys some time. Sean O'Haire challenges Jeff Jarrett to a match. In order to get it, he says he'll put the title on the line. Jarrett appears. I accept, and not only will I beat you, I will be the new champ. That's right. Right here in Nitro. O'Haire Jarrett World Title match. 100. Shane Douglas, haven't been used in a while, defeats Alex Wright. 59. Tag team match. Kidman and Conan defeat the Enforcers. Billy Kidman picks up the win with a shooting star press. 76. Basically, Dusty Rhodes and Eric Bischoff announced tonight TV title will be decided in a 6-way match. 91. Upset. Lex Luger defeats Vampiro with the torture rack to win the hardcore title. From the match, he celebrates with his brother from another mother, Stinger. 93. Scotty Steiner defeats Chavo. 59. TV title. CM Punk defeats Rey Mysterio, Shane Helms, Bryan Danielson, Davey Boy Smith and Hayes. Punk made Danielson tap out to the Anaconda Vice at 74, and then afterwards has a little bit of a celebration, snatches his belt, moves up the aisle, holds it aloft from the distance of the ring. So CM Punk is the new TV champion. 6-man tag booked from Thunder. This is DDP and Dangerous by Design. They defeat the New Blood of Mike Awesome, Steve Corino and Chris Kanyon. DDP defeated Mike Awesome via pinfall following a distraction from Ric Flair. Big win there for the faces. Flair also continuing his rivalry with Mike Awesome. 78. The New Blood getting themselves ready to watch the main event. It's got McGuinness, Bagwell, Brown, Bischoff, Styles, AMW and Joe. 80. Main event. Sean O'Haire defeats Jeff Jarrett with the Widowmaker. This was his third title defense, and this is another highly rated match, considering this is heel versus heel. See? 93. Following the match, a three-way brawl breaks out between Jeff Jarrett, Sean O'Haire and Booker T. 100. This is going to be a high show, I've got a feeling. There we go, 92. When you get a 93 main event and a couple of 100 segments, can't be a bad show. It's with a hardcore title change, TV title change, and a world title defense. Big show. I'd be surprised if Raw beats me. Oh, there we go. So we got a 93. Raw got an 89. HBK defeats The Rock. So titles. So Luger's your new hardcore champ. Vampiro had the title for like 6 weeks and only made one defense. Punk's the new TV champion. Again, TV title is more of a mid-carder belt, so that's why I've dropped it from Sean O'Haire but kept it in the new blood. SmackDown 89, Big Show and Chris Benoit went to a no contest. Tanaka there, wonder if he'll come back to me. Nope. Okay, let's have a little look-see. New champs in FMW. China standing out. Surprised they haven't given her the women's title, to be fair. Ring of Honor there. Johnny the Bull defends the world championship. Tony Magaluf. He was with Nunzio in the FBI, if you remember. Cool, right. Up next is some Thunder. Right, Thunder is booked. Huge main event. I say that every week, I think. Right, 6-man pre-show. Conan, Billy Kidman, and Rey Mysterio defeat Chavo, Juventud, and Chris Candido. 75 rated match. Chavo's looking good these days, so maybe you need to use him a bit more. Oh, hello. A random tag combo here. Shane Douglas and the Bossman defeat the Naturals. Bossman picks up the win with the Bubba Slam, or the Bossman Slam. Shane Douglas was head and shoulders above everyone else. 74. Eric Bischoff makes it official, which is the Bash at the Beach pay-per-view. So the world title will be defended between Sean O'Haire, Jeff Jarrett, and Booker T. Triple threat. Cruiserweight match. Jimmy Yang defeats Shannon Moore. 58. Vampiro talking backstage with CM Punk. 88. Buff Bagwell, nice easy win over La Parka. 58. Seems to be the go-to average. Steiner Warriors defeat AMW with a top rope power slam. 72. Backstage, Nigel McGuinness, Steve Corino, and Chris Kanyon are shown hanging out. So these are members of the New Blood. This got 90 last week. Awesome was teaming with the New Blood. Kurt Hennig, third time in about a month. He's faced Bryan Danielson, picks up the win with the Hennig Plex with the 76 rating. Pretty good rating. Eric Bischoff is with Bossman that comes to the ring and challenged Dustin Rhodes to a steel cage match at the pay-per-view. As you can see, Dustin accepts, so I'm going to pre-book that. We'll have that as an escape. Dustin Rhodes against Bossman. I have no idea why it got a 100, probably because Bischoff was helping with the entertainment angle. Bossman was rated on Menace, and Dustin's getting over, to be honest. Triple threat, Luger defends his hardcore title against Kid Cash and Psychosis, picks up the win. Final match, Sting, Vampiros attacks Luger, but the Stinger comes running in and chases him off, making a save. So Vamp, a little bit annoyed he lost his title. Okay, so you can see there, AJ Styles tries to take on Steiner this time. Scott Steiner with a win, 77, Steiner recliner. Ric Flair calls out Mike Awesome, challenges to a match, and they end up brawling. This is a lead match from previous month. So we're going to have another Bash at the Beach match here. Mike Awesome in a rematch against Ric Flair. Tag team title defense, Carino and Canyon defeat Chad Collar and Ken Shamrock. Carino gets the win after hitting a bloody encounter following interference from Nigel McGuinness. Nigel McGuinness is in the ring after helping his buddies win. All of a sudden he's attacked from behind by DDP. DDP pulls McGuinness up and bang! Diamond Cutter knocks McGuinness out, 96. So DDP getting a bit of a jump on the US champ there. Main event, a bit of a mixed match here. Booker and Raph versus Jarrett and Monty Brown versus Sean O'Haire and Lance Storm. And Jeff Jarrett's team pick up the win with the stroke, 83. Jarrett just needed a little bit of momentum, 89 for Thunder. Pretty good rating. Let's have a look, see. Alright, incident involving Juventud. So Juventud Guerrero, I've had to rehab him, he's struggling. Canadian Stampede, Elite Skipper, who is he against? He took on Mikey Whipwreck. Mikey. What have we got? I'll keep getting news. People want called up from developmental. Wrestle War there. Chris Sabin. Hell, Sabin. Brian Lee defeated Colt Cabana in the main event. Interesting. Oh, another guy signs for New Japan. Francine and Andy Hogg, whoever he is. Not sure Francine's. No, that's someone else. I was trying to think of that's Bueller, who's going out with Tommy Dreamer. I could not think. New Japan. Movie star Don. Okay. Brian Lee again defeats Chris Sabin. So Brian Lee's getting finally gets some usage. Let's ping forward. Let's get to the next event. Oh, WWF Vengeance, or WWE Vengeance, what are we at? Chris Hero returns from his injury. There he is. Vengeance, Triple H beat Chris Jericho. I got a 99, 94 for their pay-per-view. Road Warrior Hawk won the Intercontinental title of Christian. Let's have a look at that. Got a 77 rating. So Christian. So they're pushing Hawk and I'm pushing Animal. New Japan keeps signing people. Right, so up next, we're getting halfway through the month now. So up next is Nitro. Okay, pardon me. Let's get on to Nitro. Bit of a mixed bag this one. Anywho, Crowbar and Norman Smiley upset, defeat Winden and Rotundo. This was a pre-show match. Second pre-show, Christopher Daniels defeats Hugh Morris. The last right, 68. DDP comes to the ring after he diamond cutted Nigel McGuinness the last show and challenges him to a match tonight. So we have a US title match right here on Nitro. 99 is pretty good. Shows Nigel's coming along. Right, this match was a 40-man battle royal and had loads of people from my developmental. There was a few well-knowns, but mainly developmental. So Chase Stevens won a battle royal. The final four was Andy Douglas, Brian Lee and Chris Hero. So it came down to Andy Douglas versus Chase Stevens. Brian Lee got the most eliminations. You had Bobby Roode in there, as you can see, Abyss, AJ Styles, Austin Aries, Kenny Omega, Kevin Steen, who's Kevin Owens, El Generico, I believe he knows of Sami Zayn somehow. Matt Bentley, Low Key, Teddy Hart, TJ Wilson, PT Williams. But just to get him on the map a bit. Got 51. Cruiserweight title defense. AJ Styles defeats Matt Sydal, otherwise known as Evan Bourne. 73. Freeway brawl breaks out between Jeff Jarrett, Sean O'Haire and Booker T. It's got 97. Four-way tag match. CM Punk and Vampiro defeat AMW, Kidman, Mysterio and the Steiner Warriors. It's got quite a high 79. It's got the teams there showing excellent chemistry. Steiner hurt his bicep. Moments away from a cruiserweight fatal four-way, Mike Awesome unexpectedly makes his way to the ring. Confused, they have little time to react. Awesome manhandles Amazing Red, Jimmy Yang and Super Crazy at the ring and then hits his finisher move on Kid Cash. However, Ric Flair and Kurt Hennig hit the ring to send the big man to the outside. 92, and also it's got Kurt Hennig returning. Dusty Rhodes books a match tonight between Jarrett, O'Haire teaming up to face Booker T and Scott Steiner. 80. Buff Bagwell defeats Dustin Rhodes with a Buff Buster. 77. Security guard was at ringside during this bout between Rhodes and Buff. Suddenly handed over a billy club to Bagwell, who used it to clock out Dustin. So this is just a different sort of angle to try out. He got a 90. US title defense. DDP defeated Nigel McGuinness by DQ when Steve Corino ran in and attacked DDP. Also had Canyon attack DDP. So this is actually setting up a rematch between DDP and Nigel for the pay-per-view Bash at the Beach. Following the match, DDP is being attacked by the trio. Seeing the assault dangerous by design, come running and send the three of them off, saving DDP from a beatdown. 88. The main event. Sean O'Haire and Jeff Jarrett defeat Booker T and Scott Steiner. Sean O'Haire defeated Booker T with a Widowmaker after Stacy Keibler interfered. So it often gets forgotten because of the angles, but Stacy Keibler is actually Sean O'Haire's manager and has been for a while on this game. And I got an 81, so 87 for Nitro. Can't say I'm too disappointed with that. It's pretty good. Anything in the 80s is always good. Obviously, the way the product's going. Ideally, I want 90s now. Raw got an 89. Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels went to a no contest. Flying Dragon, okay. Lots of names I don't know. I wasn't too into 2002. I was about 17, so I wasn't too much into the indie scene. UPW about to close. Not really a roster I want to pick up. SmackDown got an 86. Shawn Michaels beat Scott Hall in the main event. New WWE feud. Kane and Shawn Michaels versus Triple H and The Rock. It's different. Ibushi won the FMW title. Pardon me. WCW versus The World. Should be good ratings. David Arquette defeated Fergal Deverett. Somehow this got a 60. Ratings are picking up for my developmental now, mainly because they're getting featured on the main show. Gives them some openness. Well, let's just put it this way: TCW, which is a lot of former WCW stars like Glacier, Lodi, that only got 32. So it shows you how my development's coming along. Anyway, up next is Thunder. Cool, so Thunder is all sorted. Pre-show, Finley and AMW defeat Smiley, Crowbar and Hugh Morris. They are my resident jobbers at the moment. 53, the Catatonic. Pre-show tag match, Dangerous by Design defeat the Enforcers. Ken Shamrock defeated CW Anderson after hitting his belly-to-belly suplex, picking up the 3 count for a team. Main show. Now, believe it or not, Sean O'Haire's promo ability is actually coming on quite well. So I thought I'd just give him a chance. 81 for a promo involving Sean O'Haire and Stacey Keibler, still pretty good. Hyping their match basically. Daniel Bryan Danielson defeats Kid Cash by submission when he locks in the label lock. 61. Chase Stevens defeats Hiroshi Hayes when he hits the chaser shot, and he also had pretty good chemistry. So Chase, back-to-back victories for him. Dangerous by Design speak to Bischoff. They want a tag team title shot, and they will be getting it at Bash at the Beach. So it will be Chad, Ken Shamrock versus Steve Corino and Chris Kanyon for the WCW Tag Team titles. Upset here, AJ Styles defeats Wrath by illegally using a rope to leverage. 62. Jarrett and Awesome are backstage. They bump into Kurt Hennig and Ric Flair gets heated. Eric Bischoff is walking past and says they can settle it tonight in a tag match. 87. Triple threat cruiserweight action. Shane Helms defeats Christopher Daniels and Chavo when he hit the Vertebreaker. 78. In a good match, Samoa Joe defeated Dave Boy Smith with the Muscle Buster. This got a 76. A freestyle angle. New Blood members are moaning about the lack of chances. These include Shane Douglas, Buff Bagwell, Lance Storm and Monty Brown. 99. It's not really storyline related, but to be honest they are sort of floating around at the moment. We've got a massive roster and that is why. A fantastic match, a great wrestling. Scott Steiner defeated the Boss Man by submission with the Steiner recliner following a distraction from Dustin Rhodes. 79. Luger and Sting and Punk and Vampiro have some entertaining insults towards each other. We shall have a, what do we reckon, Falls Count Anywhere match, maybe? I reckon so. Falls Count Anywhere. It will be just pre-booking, so apologise if it's a bit slow. We shall have Bash at the Beach, Sting and Luger versus Vampiro and Punk. And this will probably be their feud ender. The Old Guard, Rey Mysterio, Billy Kidman and Conan defeat McGuinness, Carino and Canyon. Rey Mysterio got a quick roll up pin and picked up the win. 81. Following the match, McGuinness turns around and bang, a diamond cutter which knocks him out. Carino tries to close on DDP, who ducks it, then Carino walks straight into a diamond cutter. And just for good measure, Chris Canyon, he walks into a diamond cutter. 97. So 3 diamond cutters, DDP looking strong. Main event, not as high as I was hoping. Probably because of the heel combo. Technically Kurt Henning's a heel. Anyway, Mike Awesome and Jeff Jarrett defeat Kurt Hennig and Ric Flair with the Awesome Bomb. 76. Following the match, Sean O'Haire takes out his enemies, Booker T and Jeff Jarrett. 99. Yeah, 85 for Thunder. That's respectable. Again, can't really complain. Oh, I got 1 talent point to use. I guess I shall use it on motivation. Few people moaning. Norman Smiley. Find. See what Canadian Stampede. This Mark Jr. Okay. Tajiri Ishimura there. He's in New Japan Pro Wrestling right now, in real life. I'm pretty sure he's called the Bone Soldier. New X Division champion in my developmental, Paul London, was defeated. My X Division titles changed quite a lot down there. Kaz Hayashi getting his first crack at the Cruiserweight title. Mark Marrow not getting on with Mike Shane. There was actually a main event. Kaz Hayashi defeated Paul London. X Division title got 62. Right, it's been a while since I've asked for it, so I'm going to try and get Nitro to 3 hours. Nope. Unfortunately, it's the Australian 10 network that won't let me go 3 hours. New Japan gets an 86. My developmental gets a 51. Yeah, I could believe that. Chris Sabin. Alright, what have we got here? Oh, this could be interesting. Hollywood's back. Hollywood. NWO. Just got to think of how to use it. Invasion Attack, my developmental pay-per-view. The Truth defeated Liz Mott Jr. and Tyson Ducks. I don't even know who the Truth are. The Truth are apparently Jimmy Jacobs and John Cena. Well, okay then. What tag team? Alright, up next is Nitro. Right, the last Nitro of July is booked. Start things off with a pre-show 6-man tag. Bossman, Cesaro, Psychosis defeat Raph, Seidel and Lapaka, 65. I was actually quite intrigued about this match. Great wrestling, good heat. Canyon defeats Shane Helms with a flatliner, 73. I mean, this could potentially be like a US title one maybe one day. So a freestyle segment. Eric Bischoff orders Sean O'Haire and Jeff Jarrett to get on the same page. It's got a 90. Random 5-man match. Animal defeats Danielson, Cash, CW Anderson and Hayes with a top rope power slam, 69. Dustin Rhodes and Dusty taunt the Bossman, 89. In singles action, Fangley Douglas, but he is crushed by Samoa Joe, 59. Dangerous by Design picking up a tag team win. Collar defeated James Storm. AMW here, 78. Good tag victory. Freestyle segment just for the new bloods to hang out. 85. Triple threat. Mysterio defeats Yang and Shannon Moore. To be honest, I'm starting to move away from the new blood. Oh god, storylines now. Loads of people got over through it, so I'm thankful for the legends in WCW. Vampiro and CM Punk attack Sting and Luger backstage, but only ended up getting beaten down themselves, 94. Monty Brown defeats Amazing Red with the pounce in 3 minutes, 60. Conan defeated Kurt Hennig with the ziplock, 77. Mike Awesome comes charging to the camera, complaining. He leaps over the announce desk and slams a forearm into the face of Ric Flair. He bear hugs him through the set wall, topples the stage. Crew make a dash off camera. Flair is seen with blood pouring from his mouth, gasping for breath. This got a 96. DDP defeats Steve Corino, 77. This was a match from Starrcade like 7 months ago. Following the match, Nigel McGuinness gets a bit of revenge. He jumps DDP from behind and nails him with the US title. McGuinness stands over a fallen DDP, 99. This was actually my main event. It sort of wasn't as high as I wanted. Booker T defeated Buff Bagwell with a scissors kick. Following the match, Jarrett and O'Haire are on the same page, but Hollywood Hogan makes his return and he saves Booker. So we're going to make a pre-booked match for Thunder before the pay-per-view. Hogan and Booker T versus Sean O'Haire and Jeff Jarrett. $85, so we were very reliant on the angles for that one. Hogan's back from his mini injury he had. 90 for Raw. Triple H defeat Kane, got a 99. And okay, I think that's all. Oh no, I didn't even check the news like properly. I was too keen. SmackDown got 91. The Rock and Edge went to a no contest. They do a lot of no contests on WWE Raw for some reason. Oh, just dropped my remote. Always helpful. So another company looks like it's going underwater here. Chris Sabin and Deverett defeated Judrak and Stasiak. They got 67. So they're starting to hit the 60s now, my developmental. Right, Hogan, Booker, Jarrett and O'Haire is your main event for Thunder. Rightio, final Thunder of July is done. So a nice pre-show win for Samoa Joe. He beats Raph 72. And Dustin Rhodes defeats Chavo Guerrero. He got a 75. Alright, a promo. Basically, with my overinflated roster, the New Bloods have decided to call time to the stable. They've conquered their goals. They've got loads of belts. They're over. And now it's time to move on from beating up the old. This is also opening some new doors for my next video in August, so I can start some new feuds, because I'll be ending quite a lot of the feuds at this pay-per-view. So I got a 100. So going on from that, Buff and Shane Douglas, former tag team champions, defeat Billy Kidman and Conan 76. Henning's backstage. He gets into an argument with Mike Awesome. Bischoff hears it. He books him in a match tonight. 84. Big win. Christopher Daniels. He is now on the end of my next push. Defeats Davey Boy Smith. This got 77. Carino and Canyon, no longer called the New Blood, have a heated confrontation with Dangerous by Design, but are held apart by security before anything can happen. 96. Six-man tag. Well, they are technically Planet Jarrett. Monty Brown, Chris Harris and James Storm defeat the Steiner Warriors. Monty Brown beat Rick Steiner with a pounce. 78. DDP and Nigel McGuinness come face to face opposite the ring, set themselves up and charge before numerous superstars and agents put them apart. 100. Luger defends his hardcore title, defeats Chris Candido with the torture rack. 65. Following the match, Vampiro and Punk assault Luger, but Sting runs down and makes a save. 95. Pretty impressed with this one. Lance Storm defeats Shane Helms with the Canadian Maple Leaf. 85. Promo from Hogan and Booker before their match. 89. Mike Awesome defeats Kurt Hennig with the Awesome Bomb. 81. Main event. O'Haire and Jeff Jarrett defeat Hogan and Booker T. Jarrett picks up the win after hitting the stroke. 81. Following the match, get Hogan involved here. All four brawl to the back. 85. 88 for the final Thunder of the month. It's got to be a pretty good show. I'm still hoping to get bumped up to national. I think we're still Colt technically. Yeah, still Colt. How are we doing in size? We're getting there. To move up, you need to achieve 85 in 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm close. I am close. I just need to get popularity in a couple more places. Shaka the Great. Okay. Threatening messages, headbook. Okay, never heard of that one before. Canadian Stampede, Chucky Palumbo, 50 for my Canadian operations. Hey, nice one, guys. Cool. Right, up next will be Bash at the Beach. Headline will be O'Haire, Booker T, and Jeff Jarrett for the WCW World Title. Hopefully it has been built up quite nice in regards to the booking, the overness. Chris Sabin, Kazuyoshi main events against Fergal. That would be Finn Balor to you and me. Okay, what we got? Hey, that's pretty cool. Jerry Lynn returns from injury. A guy that I gave a half decent push to. Lots of Japanese ones. If you ever want me to say the Japanese results out loud, please leave a comment. Chuck Palumbo is the star. Right, let's get booking. Bash at the Beach. Okay, Bash at the Beach is booked. To be honest, I don't even know if I'm happy with it because there's a lot of feud endings, but we'll see. Anyway, to keep Chase Stevens' good little single blip going, yeah, he takes on Lance Storm in the opening match. Lance Storm picks up the win. 77. Marty Brown beats Bryan Danielson. Again, this was to work the crowd. The standard start to my pay-per-views. The tag match. The Steiner brothers defeat Bagwell and Shane Douglas of the Steiner line. Hulk Hogan defeated AJ Styles with a big leg drop. That's got 79. Then the standard fireworks main show main card 80. So the first storyline, it will finish with the US title match. Carino and Canyon defeat Danger by Design. Canyon hit their bloody encounter finisher. 6th title defense 76. Wow. CM Punk and Vampiro defeat Sting and Luger. 4th count anywhere. Vampiro defeated Luger with a nail in the coffin. This was a story ender and got a 91. So Vampiro finally gets the big win. Bischoff and Bossman have an interview which they taunt Dusty and Dustin. 93. In an ambulance match. Boss Man defeated Dustin Rhodes. Dustin was held back by the chaotic nature of the match. I tried to do overbooking just to see what that did, so obviously I won't do that again. 71. An exceptional match. A feud ending match. Mike Awesome defeats Ric Flair following interference from Curt Hennig. 78. Following the match, Curt Hennig drags Ric Flair to the entrance ramp. He then rips open a hole and then power bombs Ric Flair through the hole to the concrete floor. They show Flair on the floor, blood everywhere. 100. So yeah, I'm kind of looking at the Curt Hennig Ric Flair feud. I need to make sure I remember to start this storyline because 100 is brilliant. Feud ender for the US title. Nigel McGuinness defeats DDP after 20 minutes. Tower London 88. Good defense from Nigel. Still high 90s, so I'll take that. And it's a feud ender. The main event, Sean O'Haire defeats Jeff Jarrett and Booker T. Sean O'Haire pins Jeff Jarrett with a Widowmaker. Fourth defense, 96. Following the match, he's grasping his title. He's joined by Stacy Keibler in the ring. The close friends embrace before Stacy raises his hand in the air. 86. So a 90 for a pay-per-view I weren't sure about. It got 94. So yeah, pretty darn happy. Sean O'Haire exceeding expectations, I guess. So that is the end of July. A 94 rated pay-per-view. Let's have a quick look-see at the news. Alright, so I've got some graduates I can refuse. Anyway, 94 for Bash at the Beach. New Japan sign a graduate. Look at that. Shinsuke Nakamura graduates to New Japan. Way of the Warrior, huh? Always says incoming for WWE. Who's that? Okay. Police woman storms out a show. Nice name. Paul Burchill there, huh? I can't really see too much else in the way of big news. Just gonna have a quick look at the news bit. So we got a few rookies entering the world of wrestling. But no one too big. Anyway, this looks like that's the end of this video. End of July. We're still closing in on becoming world national company. Still cult, but close. And we have no storylines. So August will be a brand new fresh approach. So we'll have a new contender up there to take on Sean O'Haire. I've got a lot of heels with gold at the moment, so it might be time to give the faces a chance. Anyway, I've been Herd85. Cheers for giving my video a watch, and as always, take care, guys.